1 week before the TCS New York City Marathon, a new generation of runners got in on the action. Almost 1,000 kids competed in various races in Central Park today, part of the Rising New York Roadrunners' kickoff event. It is designed to show young athletes what they are capable of accomplishing. The organization's free youth events serve almost 60,000 kids across the 5 boroughs and about twice as many nationwide. That's all we've got for the news. Have a fantastic Halloween. Good Day is going to have the latest headlines starting at 4:30 a.m. And stay with us. Sports Extra with Tina Servasio starts right now.
Coming up on Sports Extra, the New York NFL bragging rights go to the New York Jets. But what a crazy and at times wild game between these New York Jets and New York football Giants today at MetLife Stadium. And multiple key injuries. One bringing the Giants down to their third-string quarterback, to an astronomical amount of defensive penalties by the Jets, to Zach Wilson orchestrating a comeback drive. Our Jennifer Williams is at the Big Apple Showdown, and she'll bring us the latest on team reaction in her report from MetLife Stadium. And then we'll be joined by the Jets reporter for The Athletic, Zach Rosenblatt. He'll break down the Jets' mistakes in this game and how they overcame those mistakes to win in overtime. Plus, we'll get the latest on Aaron Rodgers' comeback. And if you have a child or a teenager competing in sports, you do not want to miss our other guests tonight. Joining me in studio is Kirsten Jones. Now, she's a peak performance coach, a motivational speaker, and former Division I athlete whose book, Raising Empowered Athletes, reads as a guide to help parents navigate the life of youth sports, whether your young athlete is in it for fun or maybe they can make a professional career out of it. Do's, don'ts, tips, and advice. You don't want to miss this because maybe someday you might be in the same shoes as Zach Wilson or Tommy DeVito's parents like they were today. In fact, the DeVitos may be your neighbor. I'll get to that in a bit as another edition of Sports Extra gets started right now.
Welcome to Sports Extra, presented by Toyota.
Good evening. Hope you're having a great weekend, and we're so glad you're spending your Sunday night here with us. This is Sports Extra, presented by Toyota. I'm Tina Servasio. New York versus New York, played in New Jersey. Today's NFL Week 8 showdown between the New York Jets and New York football Giants at MetLife Stadium might not bring to the table the same fire and vitriol as a Yankees-Red Sox rivalry, but it is about bragging rights between families, friends, co-workers throughout the tri-state area. And whether you think it's a rivalry or not, both teams needed a win today. A loss for either team could send their season into disarray with the trade deadline looming. What we got was a messy football game with a bit of drama and overtime, as our Jennifer Williams reports.
The Jets taking on the Giants in the Battle of New York on a rainy Sunday at MetLife Stadium. And while this was some nightmarish football, a win is a win, and the Jets now find themselves over 500.
In my opinion, I thought we were the better team outright, and we shouldn't have even been in this position.
The Jets trailed 10-7 for almost the entire second half, but then came the biggest decision of the game. Giants head coach Brian Daboll going for a field goal on 4th and 1 at the Jets' 17 with 28 seconds left, while the Jets had no timeouts. But Graham Gano missed the 35-yard attempt, his second missed field goal of the game.
Counted on making the field goal, and then they'd have 24 seconds with no timeouts to have to drive at the length, and our defense was playing really good all game, so that's why I made the decision.
It's frustrating. I mean, I care about this team, the fans, put a lot of work into this. It's just, it sucks.
From there, Jets QB Zach Wilson made his 2 best throws of the day, hitting Garrett Wilson and Alan Lazard to set up the tying field goal with 1 second left on the clock. Gang Green would walk it off with another field goal in overtime to secure a 13-10 win.
A lot of resilience, from this group, and it's kind of been, it feels like the mark of this group. It never feels like it's out.
I mean, that's what we pride ourselves on is never giving up, making sure that we throwing all our punches, making sure that we go home at night and, we can go to bed because we knew we put it out on the field.
Wilson didn't exactly have his best game, but did exactly what was needed of him, throwing for 240 yards and a touchdown, including those 2 clutch throws.
just being his best when we needed it from him, man. And that's all you can ask. I mean, he's a baller, and for him to make those plays at that moment, you know, it shows.
You know, when I saw our defense got a stop there, I was like, oh, 24 seconds, no problem. You know, we've shown we can do it in 2 minutes all year, so.
Wilson played behind an offensive line that was in flux all game. Starters Connor McGovern and Wes Schweitzer both left the game and did not return. As for the Giants, both tight end Darren Waller and starting QB Tyrod Taylor were ruled out before the half. Taylor was taken to a nearby hospital with a ribs injury for further evaluation. With undrafted rookie and NJ native Tommy DeVito coming in for the veteran quarterback, the G-men couldn't get much going on offense.
How many passing yards they have again?
I think negative 8 or 9.
Something like that. We did our job.
With the win, the Jets improved to 4-3 on the season and snapped a 7-game losing streak after their bye week. They host the Chargers next on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, we would have lost this. I don't know. I would have been able to sleep at night because, you know, I thought that was a team we should have. I thought the score should have been way crazier than that.
Over the last 10 years or so, it hasn't been all peaches and cream around here, but to say you're king of New York for at least one more year is pretty cool.
As for the Giants, the G-men still lead the all-time series with the Jets 8-7. Next up, they're on the road in Vegas, taking on the Raiders. At MetLife Stadium for Sports Extra, I'm Jennifer Williams.